Do you know, last year at this particular, well, carnival, murder took place in the streets of London. You would have thought that this would be the very final time that this particular carnival would be allowed to be, well, taken through the streets of the affluent West London, some people might say. Many people have suggested over the years that this particular Notting Hill Carnival will be better placed inside a more secure area, perhaps like Hyde Park. But seemingly there's one man stopping that, and it's this man. That's right, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. He could change this simply by saying he agrees and it's a terrible situation. But of course, as we've seen, he doesn't always reach out to the people that protect us. That is, of course, the Metropolitan Police. And this time around, they're going to make it a little bit more difficult for him. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today. Lovely to have your company. By the way, did you know the other day was National English Breakfast Day? I want to know, have you tried our traditional English breakfast and what do you like with it? Yes, I like potato cakes with mine. Yeah, I think they're a Scottish delicacy, but they are delicious. And if you have those with the beans, the egg, the bacon, the mushroom, oh goodness, making myself feel hungry just thinking about it. But have you had a traditional English breakfast? A lot of people say it's unhealthy. I would say I disagree. Lots of proteins in there, lots of goodness. Doesn't always have to be dripping in fried and all that sort of stuff. But it's fascinating to think the way it's portrayed, it's now not nice. If you've had one, let me know. And if you haven't, let me know, would you dare to taste it? Would you be interested in having one of our traditional fry-ups? Let's get back to your story of the day. Somebody who possibly is going to be fried, and this is all thanks, of course, to the British Police. That is, of course, the Met Police here in the very heart of London. A recent survey inside the Met Police is now being leaked out to the media, naturally. And this is all about, of course, how none of the officers feel safe or indeed want to police the annual Notting Hill Carnival. It takes place through West London, of course, on the final bank holiday weekend every year in August. And this particular last year, it's been horrendous. Murders on the street and really an unsafe presence. It's hard to police, and I really feel sorry for the Met Police. But what's fascinating is literally just ahead of the Notting Hill Carnival, suddenly lots of police officers are struck down with mystery illnesses and do not want to attend. They apparently fear for their lives while trying to protect us. And you have to see it from both sides. They're just human beings as well, and they're putting them on the front line in the name of danger, in the name of alleged carnival. So what could the Mayor of London do? Well, Sadiq Khan has ever remained silent. He always does when there's any decisions to be made. Very happy to pose and stand adrift from the reporters when he wants to promote himself, like, of course, the Mayor of London's lights, the New Year lights that you and I are paying for. But apparently it's the Mayor of London's lights. Now, he could change this and actually move the whole thing to a totally different venue, which is what most Londoners want to see do. Every year, everything's boarded up, things are wrecked. And then, of course, the wonderful people who look after our clean streets, the sanitation people, do a marvellous job turning it all back around in 24 hours. But it's the police that are now basically hitting out and saying, we don't want to do it, it's unsafe, we're not going to police it. Where does this leave it? Well, some people might say he's now being forced into fait accompli. But as ever with Sadiq Khan, does he ever really answer anything? And if it goes ahead and more murders take place next year, then clearly that must be, and hopefully will be, the end of him. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.